Hi, I'm Kristen Rosenberg. I'm a holistic health intuitive and strategist, and I'm here to bring you the Angel and Oracle reading for May of 2025. And I'm not sure if you've heard some of my other videos that I've done in past months, but we've been working a lot on inner work. And I don't know how it's been for you, but for me, a lot of stuff has been coming up, lots of triggers, um, lots of good topics for me to explore in terms of, you know, wondering why I react to certain things and um, just things to explore and know about myself and try to help myself not react in the same way and do something different. So it's been quite a lot for me. I don't know how it's been for you, but um, as far as what's concerned for May, it's kind of more of the same. I think inner work is going to be something that we're doing, from here on out, because we're never going to be perfect. It's something that we'll always have more to work on and refine, and that's fine. But the angels really want this to be in the forefront so that we're doing this work now, because the energies are shifting and they want us to really be focused on this inner work to get all of this negative, heavy stuff out of the way so that our frequency can be lifted and be open to attract the things that are for us, that we desire, and that are for our greatest and highest good. So more on that so we can get started with this reading. Um, when I started doing this reading, what I first saw was me in the same room as I was from last month, from April, again on this white circular sofa, where we last month were talking about sitting in our place of launching. Where do we want to launch into this new phase of our lives, and setting intentions for that? So where I ended up, this is just for me personally, on the couch. If you're looking at it like a face of a clock, I ended up in the 7 p.m. position. And you can try and do this too if you want to just think about it in your mind, where you might sit on the sofa and where you just in your mind end up. I looked it up, and 7 p.m. is around the time of dusk during the day, and it is about mystery and transitions and change, and that I was going to be exploring that, and those were kind of the themes, and I thought that was really interesting. So if you've envisioned that too, you can see where you are on the face of the clock, if it's AM or PM, whatever resonates for you, and you can look that up, and that might have some meanings for you too, if you want to try and do that. So anyway, I saw myself in that position, then rising up from the sofa and kind of getting into in a roller coaster car and kind of shooting out into space. And then this month, who comes to me, and I'm gonna shift the slide there. Archangel Haniel comes to me. She's in the roller coaster, if there was a driver's seat, that's where she's sitting. I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and I see myself, and I'm like, okay, we're going out into space and coming upon a galaxy of light in front of us. And I'm like, well, what do I need to know about this next phase? I'm asking her. And she just looks at me and says, hold on. And then we shift into this like hyperspeed through this galaxy of light, and we're just shooting through it. And then all of a sudden we kind of slow down, and a portal opens to my right. And I get out and go into that portal. And what I'm seeing there is a scene, a beautiful scene. It's a beautiful home with a nice green lawn, white picket fence, lots of flowers, well manicured, and then lots of sun. It's just a beautiful scene. But when I look more closely, I can see that the scene is flat. It reminds me of a snow globe. And before I get to the snow globe, I realize here I'm on the Haniel slide. So I'm not going to go through everything that Haniel is about. I feel like you guys can read through this if you want to. But the two things that stand out for me for Haniel is that she boosts our true joy from deep within that is connected to source. allowing for clarity for where life is leading. And then also she helps awaken our intuition and spiritual gifts. So I feel like those are two of the major factors that are playing into the reading this month. So sorry. So here we are. Now I'm catching up here. So I am in this portal and I'm looking at this scene, and it's a snow globe. And I have a picture here on this slide about the snow globe. I couldn't find one that I was picturing exactly in my head during this, what I was seeing, but it's similar, this picture, in the sense that the snow globe seemed kind of flat and one-dimensional. Now, what I pictured in my head was a snow globe that was like a really cheap one that you would get like in a tourist shop or something, a plastic one where it's almost like a half moon shape where you can see the front, and then the back of it is like a solid plastic color or something like that. So the more I look at this scene when I'm in this portal, is I can see the house and everything's so beautiful. But then Haniel, Archangel Haniel, wants me to come to the side of it, and I can see that there's nothing behind the scene. It's like this beautiful but flat facade. And she's calling me to go around to the back of this facade, or the snow globe, where there's nothing. It's just dark. And I'm resistant because I'm like, well, what is this? Like, what are we doing? It's kind of weird. There's nothing here. It's pitch dark. What is this? And so she assures me that it's okay to come around and look at the back. And what I hear her saying when we come around the back and we're just in the dark, she's saying, this is where the mystery is. It is not to be feared, but explored. It's all of the aspects of yourself that you did not understand or even know that you had capacity for. It is time to dive into this unknown and reclaim what is yours and bring light, depth, and dimension to this otherwise beautiful facade, but also limited experience of who you are and what life's meant to be. So I thought that was interesting. And what it brought to mind for me was the book Interior Castle by St. Teresa of Avila. Where this book, it describes the soul. What I'm thinking, this portal I'm seeing is like our souls, and it is the experience of our inner world. That often we interact with our outer world using this facade, and then we never go inward to explore the depths of ourselves and who we are. So in this Interior Castle book, they discuss the soul as being like a series of rooms or a mansion where source is at the center, and then there are many rooms surrounding source that we must go through. And it's like a path of self-discovery and knowledge, going deep within to these inner rooms, inner mansions, to discover more about ourselves. So I feel like Archangel Haniel was showing me that, yes, most of us are just concerned with the flat outside of our lives and how we interact with the world. But now it's time to actually go into our souls and start rediscovering who we are and uncovering what's there for us. So not even just about doing the inner work to get rid of the shadow aspects of ourselves, but to actually know more of who we are within source, in a new context of living a life that is connected to source, or more connected to source. So that's kind of what I was getting. And I did ask her, how do we bring light and shape to this dark space? And I heard her say, it's through inner exploration. With each discovery of what's inside us internally, it is through the unseen that you will grow and expand. It is not that light needs to be brought in, it's that the hidden side of yourself that is divine and pure, that light needs to be uncovered. This brilliant aspect of you that holds your deep inner knowing and spiritual gifts must be allowed to come forward. As you continue to explore your inner world and who you are in your true essence as a part of Source, pieces of darkness will fall away to reveal not just the beautiful front and facade of the house that has been you in 3D consciousness, but to reveal the construction of many beautiful and diverse rooms within, with many purposes and areas to illuminate. And as she's saying this, I'm seeing darkness falling away. It's almost like these layers of tar or something being released. And that's the old negative patterns, thoughts, all that kind of stuff that we've been talking about. And then it reveals these beautiful rooms. It looks like an almost ornate museum-like structure that pops up behind the snow globe and starts stretching out almost infinitely behind the facade. It's like we're so much more than just this shell, and so much more than even just the small emotions that we connect with. There's so much more to us and we don't even understand. It's like the tip of the iceberg. So I see that beside and a huge mansion stretching out behind it with like tons of rooms. And Archangel Haniel goes on to say, there's so much for all of you to be learned, and we are at the beginning of the journey. It is both an inner exploration and a cosmic one. As you look outward, so must you look inward, as it is all one and all connected. Each piece of learning you acquire along the way feeds both your personal soul and your cosmic community. In that way, I, Haniel, am here for this reading to help you dive into your creativity, to remove the unnecessary feelings and patterns connected to blame, shame, guilt, control, and unworthiness. These emotions obscure the nature of who you are and who you're called to be. And so I am here to support you in growing your creativity as these inner obstacles are removed from view and there's space available to create new internal rooms, new edifices, new patterns of love, joy, and peace. We are removing a layer of tar and concrete and breaking it up and erecting new spaces within this home, spaces that hold light and love, high vibrations that support a new energy and way of being in the world and as a cosmic citizen. This may be difficult to understand at this point, but this simpler image of a home is representative of your inner home, your soul, your planetary home, and your place in the cosmos. So it's not just, it is our soul's home, but it's representative of our planet as well as the cosmos. So it has many layers of symbolism here. And Haniel says, it is now time to appreciate the depth, the true depth and power that is possible that lies within. So in connection with Source, the angelics are here to help you step into that power and want to guide and support you in this effort of new construction within, collectively and cosmically. So Archangel Haniel is here to help us step into our power along with the other angels as well. And at that time, I asked her, what are the best ways to remove darkness or this like tar-like concrete that has grown within us? And I heard her say, this has been covered in some of my past readings, yes, so we will not go into too much detail about that here. But the world of inner emotions, she says, can be a swamp where people can get stuck. So it's important for us to be aware of our emotions and maintain neutrality around negative emotions. Emotions like fear, anger, resentment, blame, and shame can keep us stuck. So Haniel offered this idea of being able to ask questions as another tool to help us with these negative patterns and emotions. Asking a question that might put some distance between us and a situation can be really helpful. A situation, an event, a person, a past trigger. Asking questions is a way to help us step back and get some perspective as well. So, and not get swept up in the negativity that can consume us. So asking a question like, do I know this situation or what this person said to be absolutely true is something you could ask. Or something like, is there more I need to know about this situation? Or are there things that I don't really know about this situation or person, um, or or information that's missing that doesn't help me to have the full picture? Do I have the full story? What more could be happening here? Questions like these can be really helpful and just give us a little perspective and a little wiggle room to not fully engage with negativity or get swept up in something that can kind of take over our emotions and our whole state of mind and our state of being. So, to remove this tar-like shell and begin building something new, we have to start within ourselves. And as we bring awareness to our very powerful emotional bodies, Haniel says you'll start to realize that your emotions are the powerful builders, the construction equipment, and the building materials needed to build your beautiful new home, both physically and energetically. Allowing your frequency to be at a higher level will allow for more to be created and more room for expansion. And she goes on to say, as you expand inwardly and create space, so too will your outer world expand, as again it is all one. There will be opportunities to explore spiritual gifts such as intuitive vision, hearing, knowing, and feeling, but there will be more as time goes on. It's a part of your cosmic character, your DNA, to see yourself in this way with these spiritual gifts and intuitive abilities. It is a part of the truth of who you are as galactic beings. So I thought that was really interesting. As the gifts present themselves, do not be afraid, but curious. Play with what you may notice and call on Archangel Haniel and other angels you may know to ask for guidance in their use. Your world and its people are called to energy mastery at this point in your history. Your forthcoming gifts are a part of building this new way of being for all. Honor your gifts by exploring them and support them and your vibrational frequency by being in creativity and creative flow. This means to be intentional about taking time to do the things you love, trying new things you may enjoy, and creating new things, or even making something new out of something old. Even just reimagining your life in small ways can be a form of creativity. Creativity and creation expands and lifts the soul, raising frequency and allowing more joy and love consciousness to permeate our world, the cosmos, and our souls. It's what's needed now. And while there are things in your world that may appear dark and dim, we would say that the heart of the planet will be shifting and transforming as its people who inhabit it do as well. Again, as you hear your reports from news sources, the simplicity of asking questions may be helpful to you to reach a place of soulful neutrality where you're not quick to attach to the energetic waves of negativity that are being projected. This is an exciting time and one that will form foundations for years to come. We are excited to be here with you to create, to expand, to learn, and to grow. Stay true to your heart and the heart's connection to Source, and you will always be in the right place, no matter what you choose or how you choose to be and show up in the world. We are sending so much love and are here to support you in whatever path you take and whatever rooms you choose to build and revitalize within your soul. Call on us, and Source's light will appear in your life to guide you forward. And Archangel Haniel's message ends there. So I thought that was a really beautiful message, and it takes the theme of inner work a little bit further now. We're actually exposing more of what we are, little by little. So talking about our gifts, who we are now in terms of living in a 5D consciousness, bringing that awareness to ourselves, and expanding the view of ourselves and our lives and what we're here to do. So that's really interesting. So again, we're still working on ourselves and doing the inner work. We probably always will be. And we're called to shed what was and bring in something fresh and new, a new energy. But in that fresh and new energy, we're holding a higher frequency, and we're accessing higher quality building materials to create what we desire, and to make sure that what we create also has staying power and strength to support us. So keep doing that inner work, and do the things that are creative and bring you joy, and that keep you in that creative flow. Um, and will bring more abundance and well-being for yourself. So I hope you enjoyed that message and that it resonates for you. Okay, so let's move on to the card reading for May 2025. And the question I asked is, what is the nature of the energy informing our action this month? And I thought these cards were so great in the context of Haniel's message this month. So the first card is Kundalini, and it says untapped energy on the card. You might not be able to read that. But look at this first card on the left. This is pure energy. These are the energies that we're dealing with right now, all of us. And Kundalini energy, it is a special kind of energy within that's here to support us on the path to enlightenment and support our path to ascension. And that's what we've been talking about for the past few months. So it's here to guide us on our spiritual path. And it's also there to help us open up to our spiritual gifts. So that's just perfect in terms of what Haniel's been talking about, that our spiritual gifts may be opening up. You may be noticing that. And this energy, as you can see in the picture of this card, Kundalini energy is usually coiled at the base of the spine. And we have to work, if we want to access this energy, we have to work to allow that energy to rise up through us, to kind of uncoil and spread through our bodies upward, to inhabit our cells, all of us, and all of our chakras. So, and we allow that energy, how we work to allow that energy to come through is through meditation, yoga, movement, dance, spiritual practices. It's really about getting quiet and still and connecting with our bodies and source energy within the body. So if you feel your gifts opening up, you may be accessing your Kundalini if you have spiritual practices that you're doing regularly. But it's the perfect card, and perfect for what's going on right now. So we can use our Kundalini power also to ignite passion, to inspire ideas, spark creativity, and receive spiritual truths. So that's part of that creative, energetic power that we're talking about too, and that power that's within us as part of being part of Source, that we are part of Source. So we're accessing that power and that Kundalini energy from Source to express our creativity and passion in the world in a positive way. Now, if you feel like you're having an energetic experience, or that you start noticing that there's energy moving or something feels off or stuck, Kundalini energy can show you where there are blockages in your chakras too. And so you can work on that, doing meditation, yoga, and movement, trying to get that energy to flow a little more in a more balanced way. But definitely Kundalini could be getting stirred up at this time, but it's a really positive thing, and that we can use this life force energy to express ourselves and do what we want in the world, to fulfill our purpose, and to bring that energy even to exploring who we are within. So I think that's a fantastic card that came forward for this month. And along with that too, while we're having this intense energy within us, around us, even planetary, in the cosmos, all this energy on this Kundalini card is there. We also have the Mother Earth card, which is the second card, and that is grounding and support. That's what it says on the card. So while we have all this energy, there's also the reminder that we need to be grounded also. So while we're flying up in these energies and getting swept up in that, we also need to remember we are physical beings and need to be grounded also on the earth. Yes, the card says need for grounding in this time of intense energies and rising frequencies. If you don't ground, you can feel unbalanced or off. So while you're doing all that meditation, yoga, and that kind of things, make sure you're grounding as well. And it suggests that you get out into nature as well and connect with the earth, because the earth can transmute these energies or negative energies too that need to be let go of. So just being in connection with the earth can help with that. So along with your meditation, you could also do some weeding or gardening just to connect with the earth, or earthing, just walking barefoot on the ground, on the grass, and connecting with the earth. Along with this card, it says, be intentional with your actions and thoughts and that which you want to grow in your life. There are strong energies at work at this time, so have clarity and be in heart alignment as you move forward and take action. As you step forward, the energetic environment is primed for you to create powerful waves of change and growth that will grow over time. And on this card, I don't know if you can see it, but there are little shoots of new plants. So it's important to have clarity and be aware of what seeds you're planting, what you're growing in your life. So that's part of the grounding too. So we'll use the Kundalini energy to fuel whatever it is that we want to create in the world, while also being still grounded to the earth and rooted in who we are while we're creating all this new things in our lives, new worlds, new rooms, new inner parts of our soul, discovering them and going on this exploration and this journey. And then the third card is clarity. And the Mother Earth card kind of touched on clarity too, because when we're setting intentions for what we're planning or planting, we need to have clarity as well. So make sure in your meditations and all this inner work that you're doing, you're creating space to hear your own wisdom and truth within, creating quiet and stillness so that you can connect to your heart. And that way your heart is guiding what you're manifesting in your world and directing the creative energy and all the powerful creative energy that you're putting out there right now. So clarity is really important in combination with being grounded to the earth to release those negative energies, while also being connected to your Kundalini energy that is growing and rising at this time. So I thought that was a really interesting combination of cards and really reflects what Haniel is saying to us, that there's a lot shifting and changing, but that it's an exciting time. We just need to use this energy to create and flow with our passion, but also staying grounded while having intention and clarity in our heart that is well thought out. So let's move on to the next cards. Okay, so the next question I asked is, what do we need to be aware of in relation to our inner shadow work at this time? So we're doing all this shadow work, right? All this inner work for the past few months, and I wanted to just know a little bit more about that. So the first card that came up on the left is Sacred Reverence, and this is a beautiful card. It's telling us that it's time to see the world, all of the world, as being alive with spirit and source energy, and that includes ourselves. So we need to look at everything with reverence, which is with deep witnessing, respect, and awe, and seeing it all as sacred. When we do this, it increases our harmony and our state of well-being. It removes separation between ourselves and everyone else and everything, because we start to realize that we're all one, and that everyone and everything in this matrix, in this world, is divine. And this can help guide our energy and help us do what's in the highest good for all of us. So if we can start orienting our mind towards that way of thinking, that would be really positive and beneficial for all of us in the way that the energies are flowing and shifting at this time. And then the second card is a tall tale. And this card is interesting because it kind of represents the shadow side of things and the shadow work that we're doing. This card is a sign to recognize that we are seeing everything is, while we're seeing everything is sacred, we must also look at the stories and the lies that we're telling ourselves internally. These fabrications are built on fear and don't have any staying power or substance. They can revolve around insecurities and hiding things we don't want others to know about us. And it's often about control or the desire for it or the lack of it or needing to maintain it so we can manipulate the world around us and hide our inner world to keep us safe. This card is calling us to ask for the truth of who we are and expose the lies we're telling ourselves. This is how we're going to grow, evolve, and descend based on what's true and authentic about ourselves. If we don't have transparency and truth with ourselves, we don't grow and we stay stuck. So let the truth set you free and keep doing that inner work. And what I love about these two cards is that it's almost like sacred reverence is the light aspect, and a tall tale is the dark aspect or the shadow. And so we're bringing them both together in our inner work. We're working on the positive aspect of seeing everything as one, and the other side of things where we look at our shadow, where we're telling lies and untruths. So we're looking for alignment with everything and also uncovering the areas where there is misalignment. But what's interesting is that on these cards too, the light kind of shoots out in the same way. It's all connected, even the stories we tell, but it's time to shed those stories too. So just an interesting combination of cards and a really good reflection of what Spirit is asking us to do and the angels are asking us to do at this time. I hope you enjoyed this Angel and Oracle reading for May of 2025. Thanks so much for being here and listening to this all the way through. If you'd like your own individual angel reading, I offer them. You can go to my website at inspiretruewellness.com, and I'll put some links in the comments or in the postings or the description box wherever you're watching this video. And if you like this video, please click like or subscribe to my channel. It just helps me know that you like it, or leave a comment about what you like or don't like or what you'd like to see more of. I love to get your feedback. I really enjoy doing these readings and would like to continue doing them. So if there's some benefit that you're getting from it, I would really love to know how it's working for you, how it's resonating for you too. So you can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube at Inspire True Wellness. And I hope you have a great May, and I'll be back in June with another video. So until then, I'm wishing you so much true wellness, light, and love. Take care.